guys, and welcome to a brand new Airsoft video. Now today, before we jump in, I want to remind you guys the raffle to win yourself a Mechanix HK416 with a value of over £600 given to me by the awesome guys at JDAirsoft is still ongoing. If you'd like a chance to win that gun, the link to the competition on my website is in the description below. And the second round of my MattTheMusketeer patches are now on sale. I've split these down into different rounds because I know last time some people didn't get a chance to grab one of these patches, so if you'd like one before they are gone forever, make sure you check out my online store linked in the description below. So today we are going to be answering some of your questions. I get a lot of questions from you guys on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, so today we are picking out some of the best ones and I'm going to be giving you guys some answers. So the first question today comes in from Facebook and it comes from Ryan Brown, and he asks, what is your most needed piece of airsoft kit? Now I'm going to break this question down into different parts because there's some kit that you have to have and there's some kit that you need to play more effectively. Now of course the most important piece of kit you have to have is eye protection. You shouldn't be and won't be allowed onto a field by site owners or marshals if you aren't wearing the correct eye protection. You can probably go on without a helmet, a gun, body armor, camouflage. As long as you have eye pro, you should or possibly will be allowed to play. But without eye protection, rightfully so, you shouldn't be allowed anywhere near the field. But I'm going to rule that out because I think Ryan is asking what kit do you need to play more effectively. Now again, a gun is a pretty obvious one, so I'm not going to talk about the gun. But after protection and the weapon itself, I would say for me personally, my plate carrier is my most needed piece of kit. My plate carrier carries all of my magazines, and because I do run mid-cap magazines, I am reloading a lot. Of course, if you are using high caps, you can pretty much go on the field with just one magazine and be very effective. But because I'm running 80 round magazines, I am reloading very quickly, which means I do need to carry a lot of magazines, and having them close by and easy to reach does make me play far more effectively. As well as that, I also carry my grenades, sometimes on my plate carrier, again, within reach, and I can deploy them very quickly. And I also carry spare bangs for my grenades, other bits and pieces like water in my backpack, spare pyro and smoke for my team, all is carried on my plate carrier. So I would say, after the gun and the eye pro, my plate carrier is the most effective and needed piece of kit for playing airsoft effectively. So the second question of the day also comes from Facebook, and it comes from Kevin Papanew. I apologise if I've slaughtered your surname there. But he effectively asks, what do I think of KWA in comparison to Tokyo Marui? So for any of you guys who don't know, KWA offer a very similar platform to the Tokyo Marui recoil shotguns. They have a recoil system, they have a bolt stop function, so when you deplete all your rounds, your trigger dies, and until you put a fresh magazine in and hit that bolt release, you can no longer continue using your trigger. So very similar to the Tokyo Marui guns. And if you have watched my Operation Copperhead series when I went to the US and played with the guys at PTS, as you will know, PTS work very closely with KWA. I got a chance to use one of these guns throughout the entire event, which was very helpful for myself because, as I said, it's a very similar platform to the Tokyo Marui guns. I was used to that system with the bolt stop function, and just like Tokyo Marui, if you do want to use that bolt stop, you do have to use the proprietary mags designed for the KWA guns. Now when I was using one over in the US, I was pretty impressed. It had good accuracy, good trigger response, good range, albeit the range was probably a little bit down to the fact they have 100 FPS more than we do have in the UK, but overall, I was impressed with that gun. The only reason I don't use them myself is one, in the UK they aren't quite as common and as easy to get hold of as in the US. They are available, but just not as common, especially as the Tokyo Marui guns, and all the parts that come with that. As well as that, my entire team run Tokyo Marui guns, and as you can probably guess, running the same gun, the same proprietary magazines, the same pieces of kit, make working as a team much easier. And there are a couple of things I do prefer. I prefer the modelling style, the types of gun that Tokyo Marui offer, like the new 416 Delta, and I do slightly prefer the recoil and the sound over KWA. So I do like these guns, and if you are looking for something similar to the Tokyo Marui with the same kind of experience but probably a little bit easier on your budget, they are a good gun to look at. Now the next question today comes in from Roy Saden, and he asks, how long from the time you began airsoft to the present did it take you to build up your full playing kit? Now I would say you never complete your kit, which is something a lot of players out there would definitely agree with. Your kit is more of an evolution rather than just buying kit, putting it on and playing the game. I'm always finding things that work smoother for me, maybe quicker for me, more comfortable, so I can wear it for longer periods of time. Maybe I can reload faster, I can move a little bit easier, so your kit is always something that is evolving. But that said, if you have seen my progression videos recently, you will see from, of course, when I first started to now, there has been a big improvement of kit. And I would say most of that has actually happened in the last 2 years or so as we've developed a Milsim team. Playing as a team means we've unified the kit, so we're all running the same type of kit, the exact same helmets, the same style plate carriers, of course the same style of camouflage, the same multicam kit. So I would say over time you do develop not only the kit that works well for you, but your preference of style of kit. Of course, we all know Airsoft is not only about playing well, but it's about looking pretty cool as well. So I'd say my current kit has taken me, well, I've been playing Airsoft now for 4.5 years, so 4.5 years to get to this stage. But even now, I wouldn't say it's complete. I'm still looking at things that can improve it, make it look not only cooler, but maybe comfier, and always improve my playstyle. So it is an ever-evolving thing. Now the big question today comes in from Instagram from Kentucky Airsoft Sniper, and he asks, Speedsoft versus Milsim, and he says this is something that has always caused rifts in the Airsoft community. Now, as a lot of you guys will know, I am definitely a Milsim style player. That doesn't mean I only play Milsim events. I will often go to CQB indoor day events, which you see of course regularly on the channel, but my style of play and my style of kit is of course more leaning towards Milsim. I like that military simulation style look and that style of play, which of course is why I attend events like this that you're looking at gameplay from now. Now I myself have never played Speedsoft in its traditional sense as an actual Speedsoft event, and I've never worn that style of kit or ran that style of guns. But that isn't to say I don't appreciate the sport. And in fact, if you watch some of my gameplay, a lot of people do say, especially my earlier videos, my style of play was actually very similar to Speedsoft. A lot of sprinting around, a lot of very, very quick fire to suppress players, to move around them, flank around them, advance on them very, very quickly, and try and take those guys out very aggressively, which is a Speedsoft style of play. And I do still incorporate that, of course not easily on the large events like this, but when I do play indoor CQB, there are some senses of Speedsoft that can be seen in my style of play. So I have no real opinion on this, and I don't think it is very important, and that's something I think that is key. Speedsoft is part of Airsoft, and so is Milsim, and players are happy to do, and should be happy to do, whichever they please. The issue, I think, is when players start to hate on each other, when Speedsoft players have a go at Milsim players and vice versa, and that is the actual issue more than the two styles of play themselves. At the end of the day, we are all running around with replica toy guns, be it Milsim, Speedsoft, regular skirmish players. We are all there playing Airsoft together. And we can decide to play whichever type we want, because the great thing about Airsoft is you can play it how you want. You can dress how you want, you can set your guns up how you want, because Airsoft at the end of the day is almost an escapism sport. We go to these events that have role play, people dressing up like soldiers, like civilians, like bad guys. It is all make-believe, so being able to choose whether you wear a die-eye 4 mask or a full Cry airframe setup is down to you, and no one really should judge you for that. Now, whether the two styles of play mix well together is an entirely different question. I do think Milsim is a lot more diverse than Speedsoft. If you took Speedsoft players to a Milsim event like this, in this big open terrain, they would literally not be able to use their playstyle to their advantage at all. Whilst Milsim players can play a large open event like this with their Milsim style of play, but also go to a CQB very close quarters site and clear rooms and operate exactly like a military unit would do in a very small, close environment. So I do think Milsim, as I said, is a lot more diverse than SpeedQB or Speedsoft, but again, that is just down to where you want to play and how you want to play. Now the next question today I thought was a particularly interesting one, and this came from Kyle Taylor, and he asked, what is necessary to maintain a team? So as you guys may or may not know, I am part of and help run a team called Cold Spear, which is a UK based Milsim team, which you see me play with on not only skirmish days but also big Milsim events. Now that team is actually based up from players from an old skirmish team that we used to call Raid, and our team is essentially just a bunch of friends. Everyone in the team is all local lads to where I live. We all met through playing Airsoft throughout the last 5 years or so, and we're all best mates, and that is essentially what is the team. We get a lot of people asking how to join the team, you know, are there going to be trials, what do you have to do to join our team, and essentially to join our team you have to be A, into Airsoft and pretty good at it, and B, be one of our best mates. So our team is essentially just a bunch of friends, and that is, I think, what makes the team work well. It isn't just based on being successful or trying to be, you know, famous on Instagram, be a well-known team. We're just a bunch of friends who enjoy the sport, we have the same mindset, we enjoy the same style of play, we enjoy the same, you know, the same events, and that's what works well. We not only have now got a vehicle between us, which we're actually upgrading and kind of making ready to take to Milsim events, we've bought weapons between us, we've got other pieces of kit, we all run very similar pieces of kit, And for us, that is really it. And that is why I think the team works well, because we're just a bunch of friends. You know, we go to the pub, we go to town, we go to the cinema, we do all these things friends do, but we're also a Milsim team. So for me, that is what is necessary to make a team stay, you know, work well and be maintained, is the fact that you actually like the guys in your team and you're good friends with them. So that's all we have time for today, guys, with the questions. I hope you guys have enjoyed them and enjoyed this unseen footage from my previous Milsim event. Some bits and pieces that got cut out I didn't have time for, so I hope you guys did enjoy that content. And if you have any further questions you want to see in another Q&A coming in the next few weeks or so, leave them down in the comments below. And as I said, guys, you still have chance to win that HK416. It's a very cool gun. Check out the link to that raffle on my website linked in the description, and the patches are back in store, so check them out. And if you are new here, guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that bell button to stay notified to the channel and all the new content. But in the meantime, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.